So lovely to see you guys this beautiful, blessed day. And we're here to analyze. We don't always analyze, but I want to analyze today and starting with you, analyzing you. I want you to be self reflective and remember any of those times when you've had somebody take a picture of you that you didn't like, or maybe even videotaping you in a manner that was too exposing of things that you were hiding inside, or maybe exposing what you don't even see of yourself. How many of us have ever seen a video of ourselves and we're like, oh my God, I don't believe I look like that. And that's not necessarily how I was feeling. But when you look at the video, you are interpreting yourself in a different way than how you want it to be interpreted. Because unfortunately, we do not have the capacity of seeing ourselves. Okay. Um, so it may be difficult sometimes to have to deal with when you look at yourself from another person's lens, because you know what, whatever you're seeing, sometimes you might be seeing a picture of yourself that looks better than what you had expected, but many times you might be looking at something that looks inferior than how you see yourself. We see ourselves in Pluto's ultimate universe, the perfection, ultimate perfection. So it's very difficult to imagine seeing a video that somebody takes of you that doesn't reflect your character as you portray it. But the reason why this may happen is because um people are seeing us in different eyes. So it's nice, if you ever want to know what somebody thinks of you, give them the camera. We have seen IamMarwa give people his camera, but I guess he's conscious that they have the camera. And not only is he conscious of it, these people are also conscious that he's conscious that they're taping him, and therefore they capture a better side. So if you've ever felt disappointed in somebody's capturing you, all right, this is how ashamed I was when I saw somebody capture IamMarwa. It is a video that I think happened 2 weeks ago, or just less than 2 weeks ago, but it's definitely over a week ago. I was shocked. I had never seen that side of IamMarwa. Never ever has he captured himself. He had videotaped himself when he was in the Dominican Republic and those racists were beating up on him, and he still doesn't get it. I think they were beating up on him for going after one of their women, because maybe if he was light skinned and going after their women, they wouldn't have tried to beat up on him. But he was a black man going after their light skinned women, and he doesn't go after the light skin. He goes after the ones that are definitely crossed over to the next race. Okay. So they were beating up on him. I saw that. But then again, he was so loud about it that they were abusing him, that there was police brutality over there. So you never saw the image that was captured a week and a half ago, or maybe 10 days now, 13 days, whatever. Now, of IamMarwa yelling. So many of the reactors came out with it, and I was curious. I was shocked. So I went ahead and I found the videos. I think the reactor that came out with it was AM Carroll. So I watched that entire one and I was shocked. So I felt embarrassed for IamMarwa. It is like me seeing an image of myself in a manner that I don't believe this is my character, because I have been watching IamMarwa for about 2.5 years now, or 3 years. So he's a very soft-spoken person from what I saw. In fact, I've even discussed it with a friend who recommended me to watch this guy because I was into Miss Trudy, who introduced me to Wodamaya, and this other person acted as if he didn't even know Wodamaya and kept on talking about IamMarwa this, IamMarwa that. And after he told me about IamMarwa's, Thai girlfriend, I'm like, I don't want to deal with a colorist. Only this guy had no idea that I was going to find content in discussing my own problem of colorism once I had to. There's no way I'm going to watch IamMarwa and waste my time and not talk about colorism. So nonetheless, ever since that time, I had never seen we talked about how this guy is soft spoken. And the other one was like, this is why, people listen to him because he's very soft spoken. Never thought of this side that I saw from that videotape a week and a half ago. So this is what we're going to dissect. All right, so we understand that it may be embarrassing for him, maybe, I don't know. So what I did is I watched his later videos and he seems to be fine. He does, and I didn't see any video that he did. He may have it in a video because his videos are super long. So he might have it in a video because he videotapes everything, he doesn't hide things, you know. So he might have it in a video. Maybe he'll have his side of it where it looks more mellow than what I saw on tape that somebody else had taped. Whether, I'm sure cameras all over him, when he's doing this. And the thing about IamMarwa is that, most people who get shocked about things are people who tend not to be camera friendly. And, if you're not accustomed to being in front of the camera, practicing every day of being in front of the camera, then you might get that kind of shocking portrayal of you in front of a camera. But IamMarwa has been in front of the camera, he said, since 2018? So that makes it 7 years, okay, going on 8 years, if not earlier, if not since 2016, which would make it 9 years, going on 10, okay? So he's been accustomed to the camera at this point to be able to know what the camera can capture and what it cannot. So why is it that IamMarwa behaved that way? So this is where I am concerned. Okay, so I told you one example of where it possibly could be where he was a little bit outside of his tone of voice, but in the Dominican Republic, and maybe of his tone of character that shocked me. The only shock that I got from IamMarwa before was when he walked out of Ivan's house back in 2023 when I first started reacting. That was shocking, and for me it was scary because he walked out of that house. Yes, he did find himself a hotel, but in light of the situation and in light of IamMarwa, this is a guy who taught me about, how to survive, that you can do it. You can go out there and you can travel because you know what? Well, as a guy, but me, I'm a lady, so it's actually the sister who shows us how a single woman can travel without fear. Okay, but even though she does it the wrong way, but the brother, and then the sister lies about everything, so it's like you really don't know how to survive. But IamMarwa has always been honest about his frugality. He's not pretending as if at least doing his travels, he never pretends like he has money, and he shows you basically how to survive out there, how to just say, I want to get out of this prison where I'm in or whatnot, and travel the world and be like a free bird and be able to survive, to build my nest wherever I go for the short period that I'm there. So, so this brings us to what happened exactly in Nyabuonse, because now he's been in Nyabuonse for quite some time, since he left Argentina. All right, came with an Igbo woman, and who's supposed to be, it may be a controversy. That alone may be a controversy for the people. I understand he's not the only one who came with a Muzungu woman. All right. I don't. D has been trying to come with a Muzungu man. Yes, there are a lot of Kenyans who have their Muzungu men, probably in the city and elsewhere in Nairobi, in other cities. But I don't see that many women bringing Muzungu men to Nyabuanse. It's usually the men who are bringing Muzungu women to Nyabuanse, which really creates this memory back to the slave trade and the discomfort of that imperialism brought for us to feel at home. So I have one of my keyboard reactors still searching for her home, and we're seeing how homes are being disrupted in Nyabuanse, a small village. Okay, but before we get to the whole idea of disrupting a small village, let us go back to the situation with IamMarwa. Okay, so as I was saying, one of the things that I think I like, so I the last time I saw him, that in a situation where I felt the way I felt when I saw him lose it, okay, a week and a half ago, was when he left Ivan's house. Okay, so why is it that I felt that? It is also the same feeling that I felt back in 2021, July 7th, which I did not celebrate last week. Or commemorate. You don't celebrate these things, you commemorate it. The fact that our first Haitian president was assassinated in 100 years. Okay, it had been 100 years that our Haitian president got assassinated. Well, I felt the same way when that same president that got assassinated was running for office. I felt bad. I felt like impending doom, impending tragedy for that president. I did not realize this was going to happen though. But I just felt that sadness, the same sadness I felt when IamMarwa walked out of Ivan's house, and the same sadness that I felt about that video that I saw only this week, that came out more than a week ago. And why did I feel that sadness? Well, that sadness connected me. And why did it connect me to politics in the first place? Well, it is the same sadness, but nonetheless, it also connected me to politics because IamMarwa, in one of his videos, was telling somebody that if he were to become president of Kenya, they would kill him. I think it was a live he was doing or something. If he were to be president, he said they would kill him. That's sad, to say that. But I guess it was a harsh reality that he realized could happen, and you're like, oh my God, why wouldn't a Muzungu say that about those Muzungu countries? Like, look at all these crazy things that Muzungus are doing and their presidents are surviving, right? We look at the Russians, we look at the Israelites and well, not all their presidents, let's say, because we had the prime minister of Israel, I think, died in a plane crash not too long ago. Okay. Palestine, I don't know. I mean, they're just in war in the Middle East. Hate, guys, it's all racism. Colorism, racism, whatever you want to call it. These crazy things that they are doing, trying to rule the world. And they're surviving. A lot of them are surviving. So why is it that these black leaders can't survive? Why? So this is the sadness that I felt when I saw IamMarwa lose it. But then the one might say, like, how the heck is IamMarwa a black leader? Exactly. IamMarwa is not a black leader. He's like a black traitor. But guys, I don't know how many of you guys feel this way that I'm about to explain, but this is how I feel. It doesn't matter how much of a criminal a person is. I do not like to see the punishments that people get. It hurts me to see another human being suffering. Like, I don't believe in capital punishment. I mean, it's horrible to watch like murders done, but it hurts me to see another human being suffer. It hurts me to see revenge. I struggle to come out of harm that people have done me, but I don't wish harm upon those people. Maybe I wish that they will see me succeed, but I never wish harm on people. So I'm not saying that IamMarwa is doing something like terribly wrong, but we do have to discuss what he did. It is serious, okay? But anyway, I don't like to see any suffering for anybody. And for me, that scene was as if, like, seeing suffering for IamMarwa in one part, not all parts, because I also have to see the suffering of the village people. But we'll start with IamMarwa. How did that scene harm him? The scene showed an IamMarwa who has lost it. He looks like a lunatic, like he's completely lost his scruples in his mind. Well, the sobering part is to notice, like, in his videos, his, he's completely okay. He's very well composed in his videos. So that's the sobering part. So that shows that he has not lost his mind. But the other part is that, okay, so say he lost his mind for that one point, it appears as if he is alone. He's doing so alone, and that nobody's supporting him, that he's trying to create his dream, make his dream come true. I mean, his dream is a little bit like extravagant, which, I mean, we can discuss, like, again, back to the village people. When you think of it, there are many people who may want to go to the village for the simplicity of life. I mean, if you want grandeur, you go to those grand places, like, where the homes are being built. I mean, all over Africa, we know that there are communities where they're building brand new homes. Look at the home that Mr. Machua, Mr. Matua bought. I think he bought a home in Nairobi. So very nice, very, very much more simple than that of IamMarwa's. But they do have mansions like that. But IamMarwa cannot afford a mansion like that. So he's basically building his home based on his economy. And I understand, and then I really feel bad about the image that IamMarwa has created for himself. I really feel bad because people are talking. People are talking, people are talking that everything is based on begging, that everything is based on donations. Well, me, I have nothing to say because I haven't donated. I mean, the only thing I've donated is maybe an hour or two here and there, watching his videos, but other than that, and I don't even donated that much because I am busy, okay? And at the beginning, because this was therapeutic for me, I was spending more time. But right now, I'm finding less time to do so because because it helped me. It already helped me, so I don't donate that much. So it's none of my business. But at the same time, it is my business because of the reason why it helped me. It helped me because of a community. So therefore, it became my business because I became part of that community. So the image is not good, that which he portrayed there. So he did look like he's a madman. And not only did he look like he's a madman, when you really look at what he is doing, okay, it's almost like he is destroying the village life. The village life that has been selling on YouTube, IamMarwa is destroying in Nyabowanse. Even the sister has really lost her content because the reason why the sister grew so fast is because she started out portraying the village life. Okay, if you notice her millions, her first millions were views, that is, were in the village life. So people actually want to go there for that. That's what sells. Okay, they want to go and they want to be able to learn how to cook outdoors. They want to be able to learn how to survive with bare essentials. And that's what IamMarwa was selling when he was traveling. He showed you that he could travel anywhere and survive with minimal in the bank. Okay, minimal, bare minimum. So that was what sold, but you know, they have escalated that to something else. So now the simplicity of village life that people want so much, like you want to go out in the village and learn how to live in a hut. Of course, you may not want to live in a hut by yourself. You want to live in a hut with your families. Of course, we know that that doesn't mean that, you know, all the villages are made up of huts. But then IamMarwa decided that he's going to take, since he cannot afford to live in the city, okay, he decided to bring the city to the village at his affordability, and therefore destroying the village. And that's a problem for the people. And what it's doing to the youth is that it is incapacitating them, you know, because all the youths, they are just seeing that it's almost like you don't hear about education anymore, about going to school. You don't even hear about majors anymore, like engineers. The only engineers are like the ones who've already made it that they hire, okay? But you don't really hear that in Nyabuanse. Future or aspiring engineers, future and aspiring doctors, nurses. And if they were, it's like it's almost fake just for to make videos. Okay? Future and aspiring nurses, lawyers. It's almost like the skills of the village are gone. Gone, gone, gone. Everything, building is selling. Now everybody's building. I understand some people are surviving, but the whole building thing is chaotic. It's anarchy. It's anarchy. Because all this building is turning the little simple mud houses that you could learn how to teach people how to keep our mud houses clean. You know, teach people how to keep our mud houses to the best. And why is that so important? That is so important because of what IamMarwa has forgotten. IamMarwa has forgotten that we are all mortals. That very road that he is building, if it's not upkept, you know, within a decade or maybe even less, it's just gonna turn to dust, because that's what we are. We are dust. Try to build a garden or install a garden. Me, I'm trying, you know, and I already have grass growing in the garden that I started about now going on a month. This Thursday will make it 1 month, 4 weeks. Okay, I already have grass growing there, and the plants still haven't even. And if I just were to abandon it, because you know I tend to get lazy sometimes, you know, even like most of the things that I do right now, like you know, without my cousin, I realize that you know it's very hard for me to do. I need the encouragement. So without the encouragement, it's all gone. And where is he getting the encouragement from? He's getting the encouragement particularly from his viewers, because they're sending money here and there, because his viewers are people who want to invest and they don't know how. So when they see this guy, anybody that comes near him that seems like they have a need, they go ahead and they invest in these people. It's not even investing, it's charity. They do their charity work there. Okay? Why not? It's an excellent way to do charity work, and then to do it directly to Africa without having those NGOs or people, money, you know, sucking people in between. But then again, many will argue that IamMarwa is a money sucking. You know, I mean, and I feel bad about that, because it seems as if he's trying when he keeps bringing people after people. Here's this money that they gave me, and I'm giving it to this person, and here's this money. But at the other way, you know, the way the family sometimes behave, it's not that good when you hear Davy Jr. saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna give him money." It's a grown adult. I'm not gonna give him money. It's just horrible, horrible. But then it's nice at least to see that the guy is building his pit latrine. But then again, you're thinking, is he building his own pit latrine to get more money, or is he building it because he's trying to improve his way of life? So then you realize the degradation, right, the degeneration of the people of Nyabuanse. Of course, I'm sure there are people who are living their quiet lives, but then what we are seeing in front of us is pure, utter chaos. Utter chaos. So for me, all of what IamMarwa is bringing to Nyabuanse, it doesn't seem to be really productive. Okay? It's, if you're chasing money, okay, At some point, the money is not going to be of use to you. Where are the things that money cannot buy? Then he might say, well, he has a Igbo woman. But then again, my question is, are you sure it's not money that bought that Igbo woman, the Muzungu woman? If you didn't have money, would the Muzungu woman come with you? Would the Muzungu woman be bearing your child? Okay? So all of this, I see the destruction of imperialism, of colonization in Africa through IamMarwa. He brings a Muzungu woman for colonization. He's colonizing Nyabuonse with Western ideologies. So not only is he trying to turn a village into a city, he's westernizing it. He is colonizing it by Westerners. So that's the way I see it, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So if he had taught us the simplicity, but it's so sad the destruction that lies within him. Even his very love for the simple life, okay, becomes destructive to that simple life. It's like destructive within its own means. What he has done to Nyabuonse and to the people and the village and the villagers. Now, who is going to want to go to Nyabuonse for the quiet village life? It's just chaos in there. So I saw that in his efforts to build this road. All right. I mean, I could say, okay, he's angry, nobody's supporting him. But how could the people support him if he's this, be it even that, whose property are those roads going through? Apparently the properties, I don't believe they belong to the government. They belong to different people. Okay, how many people are being manipulated in order to build this road that he claims that his Igbo woman, that his Muzungu woman is, contributed to build? And you see the colonization. So now he is giving credit for the land of Black Africans to the Muzungu woman. So that now they're going to say, oh, it's the Muzungu woman who built that road. That Muzungu woman did not build Africa. That Muzungu woman better go back to Argentina and be racist there, okay? Rather than coming to rule our people who are happy in Argentina. My soul was joyous to encounter, who are happy, not in Argentina. She should be happy in Argentina, who are happy in Nyabuonse. My soul was joyous when I encountered all of this beauty and richness of the simplicity of my African village. For this Muzungu woman to to come and take advantage of the privilege IamMarwa is giving her of our people. In the guise of building a road. That's what they do to us. So we always need help. Do you see the way they put our babies on the screens, to collect money? And that's exactly what's happening here. That is exactly what is happening. Babies after babies are coming on the screen for money collection. They are turning us into beggars. They are turning Africa into beggars. And we've been turned into beggars by Muzungu already. Now that we have the screen in front of us, YouTube allows all of us now to put the screen. Why are we letting IamMarwa turn us into beggars and for the love of Muzungu? Why? IamMarwa's character has degenerated and had to that of a beggar. And it is true. I've never analyzed it that way. I never really cared about his begging. But now I feel what the other reactors felt for all those years that they have been talking about IamMarwa being a beggar. I saw it in his anger and the sadness that I felt. It's like he died. The IamMarwa that went to Colombia, his spirit, and that showed us that simple, frugal life, his spirit is gone. The Muzungu woman has possessed him. So anyways, so his Muzungu woman now has power over the road. So what I saw was I felt because I am black and I could probably be welcomed among those black people because I feel very welcomed here doing the YouTube channel, doing the reactions here. I feel welcomed. You guys don't know how many miracles you have worked in my life as I live in Muzungu land. I live in Muzungu land, and I cooperate with point fives because these point fives, they do not consider themselves as black. They are point fives. They are Muzungus. But Muzungus don't consider them as Muzungus, so they're fake Muzungus. They're not black and they're fake Muzungus. And then people are going to come and say that I am creating a problem with the point fives. I'm not creating a problem with the point fives. I'm telling you the reality of racism and colorism. Okay? Of racism, okay, that comes and rule and destroy and shred us into pieces when colorism has opened the door for it. So the people, instead of becoming engineers and doctors and nurses, caregivers, and even if they weren't going to, but real farmers, etc., now all of them are striving for that camera, and IamMarwa is paving the road to I would say deify his Muzungu woman. Instead of living a simple life and living among the people, now she must get credit for making the roads, so that people shall bow down before Muzungu to worship Muzungu. Point five Muzungu. And the colorism moves on. So this is what I see for the people when IamMarwa starts screaming at them. He feels so empowered because since he is a colorist, you need to understand, this is where I read this is the part for the people. All right, I told you about him. I felt bad that, nobody's supporting him. And he feels that if he were to become president, that he may be killed. And that is a very sad thing, right? Guys, and I told you I don't like to see the wicked suffer, especially when God punishes people. Oh my God, that's the worst punishment. That's the worst discipline. God is the harshest disciplinarian, So don't mess with God. That's why we have to pray every day and ask him for forgiveness. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. We have to, because God is the worst disciplinarian. I don't have the heart. I don't know. That's how he made me. He did not give me the heart to be able to watch people suffer. Okay. So I saw that sadness, that his life might be in danger because everybody's laughing at him. And nobody seems to be able to see this. This is why I have to do this reaction video right here. They're either laughing at him or supporting him. But the thing is, those who are supporting him, I don't even know if they're supporting him genuinely. Because we know that a lot of people sees that IamMarwa had this like gift or something. So therefore everybody wants a piece. Everybody wants a piece for whatever reason. I don't think guys, seriously. A lot of people think that everybody who comes on here and do these videos are doing it for money. Seriously, guys. Not everybody who's doing these videos are doing it for money. Yes, some people may be doing it for the money, okay, and they're doing well. If you're making enough money on it, you're gonna say, yeah, hey, this is gonna pay my light bill every month. Me, I have like CDs, right? It pays my telephone bills, so yeah, I'm gonna continue doing my CDs. Okay, and the same way, so and I want to have more CDs, because if I could pay the telephone bill every month, then so why not go and pay the telephone bill and the light bill? And if I can pay those, why not go and pay the telephone bill, the light bill, and the water bill? All right, and if I could get to my mortgage, even better, So yeah, some people it's good, but not everybody comes on here because of that. Because we're not at that level yet. Okay, we're not at that level yet. Some of us, we need this in order to dialogue. Some of us need this because we have a cause. Or some of us need this because of everything. You know what I mean? So, nonetheless, some people will find that they need IamMarwa for that. You know, I came and started reacting in IamMarwa because I saw the gift, and that gift helped free me. That gift helped me find you who are listening to me now. And why is that important? Because IamMarwa is backed by audiences like you, audiences who care, audiences who dialogue, audiences who go deep. You guys are not easy to find. So we find you through IamMarwa. We are living in different societies. Some of us are living in societies that are very harsh to us, discriminatory societies, societies that have created systems and have found ways to hinder us without us being in jail, societies that have found ways to punish us without us having done anything. All right. But you, for some odd reason, IamMarwa connected to you. And through that, we were able to find you who have this kind of compassion. All right, I see what you guys write. And even those of you guys who write against what I have to say, okay, you dialogue. You dialogue. And that's not easy to find. I started needing help on social media, or at least daring social media, with a suggestion by a woman's rights group here in Miami for a book that I wrote, and he said try to put it on various social media. And of course it didn't work for me, and I don't do marketing. I'm not good with business, okay? I don't do business. And this is why I'm telling you, not everybody comes here for money, because this is a business. Facebook, social media is business, okay? And I am not a businesswoman. Okay? I seek help. And this is why I use social media. So I started learning the importance of dialoguing back in 2012, okay, when it was just starting to be introduced to me on Facebook. But I truly was able to find dialogue with IamMarwa's audience that came here. You're not all IamMarwa's audience. Some of you are Modesta Lifestyle's audience, because I know she sent you personally, and I appreciate that. And some of you just came across me just like that. Thank you, because for some odd reason you connect with me, and I need you, and I hope that you find need in me. So some of you thank me, and I also thank you for choosing me as this family member for right now. For right now, I don't know if tomorrow I will be of use for you, but you come every so often to find out that day am I being of use to you. I thank you. Okay, so we find that because IamMarwa somehow had that magnet, and we found you, or that is IamMarwa's power. Okay, so yes, we see people using him, and that's sad, right? But we all do. He is the Jesus whose robe that we had to touch, right? But he didn't want it. It's not like, and I saw that angry, as if like, I don't want that. I don't want you guys touching my robe, and you guys keep bothering me. I saw that. And anyway, I don't make that many reactions on him anymore, and many of us don't. We leave him alone every so often. But I have to do this because that I saw was pretty scary and dangerous for IamMarwa in that scene where he was just going off on the people. All right. And I was wondering, those who laugh, those of us who are relentless and continue to react, those who are in disagreement, are we harming him? Are we harming him? But no, we're not. We're not. That man, that evil traitor with his Igbo Muzungu woman that he is trying to make us bow down to, we're not. And I'm going to tell you why we're not. Do you know why I believe IamMarwa was doing that? Because when I later looked and saw that IamMarwa was completely sane, okay, I realized that he's lost it. I cannot speak. I don't know how to speak Swahili, guys. I don't know what he was saying, okay? With his hands shaking, his dreads that are done by his Muzungu woman, I'm Muzungu, okay? Muzungu baby. Now I'm catching the spirit. Muzungu baby, 0.5 baby, Muzungu woman paid for the road that you need to bow down before her. Don't you dare tell me what to do. It is ego, narcissism. Now he thinks that the Muzungu gave him power to dare, instead of doing the African tradition, realizing that he's African, okay, to dare stand up to the people. He is what they used to call in French, négrier. He is a black man selling his black Nyabuanses. And then he decided that when I gave all these videos for a whole week, I preached against his arrival at Argentina, explaining the racism. He decided that he's going to sell all of Nyabuanse to Argentina. That's what was wrong with IamMarwa. So is it dangerous? I do not want to see the man harmed, but the man is not doing well. So what is needed right now? People of Nyabuanse, in Nyabuanse in the diaspora. I'm Nyabuansen. You didn't know that I am now from Nyabuanse, guys. We need to have a meeting of the elders. Okay? IamMarwa was supposed to be an elder, but he is an elder that has gone out of control. He is an elder that has lost his pathway. He is misleading our youths. He is not allowing our children to become doctors and nurses and engineers and philosophers. I don't like politicians. He is a crooked politician who doesn't even want to be a politician because he's a coward. That's why he's afraid. He's afraid. He's got this. He goes to Muzungu land, brings himself a Muzungu Igbo woman among the blacks for the blacks to worship now. As, oh, your highness, Muzungu highness has built us a road. And we expect the people to be calm. And then we expect them, and then we're supposed to feel sorry at that camera, for him, for the camera that captured a crazy IamMarwa. Yes, that is the true image that IamMarwa has degenerated it to because of his colorism. IamMarwa has lost it because of his racism. He now thinks he's king of Nyabuanse because of his Muzungu woman. That's why he was behaving like that. That's why he was behaving. It's not because he lost it because nobody was supporting him. He has a lot of people supporting him. I don't want to say what it is, but he's got a lot of people supporting him. He's brought along Jamaican uncle. He's got his uncle who he's bought like God knows what. He's got his uncle twisted around his fingers. He's got his whole family. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand. Yeah, he thinks he's Jesus Christ. He's got the whole world in his hand. Well, guys, we need a meeting of the elders in Nyabuanse. I haven't seen any. I only see meeting of the elders in Nigerian movies. No, do they still do meetings of the elders in villages? Or are people becoming like Westerners minding their own business? There needs to be a meeting of the elders because you know what? For a road to be built, you need to have voting. The Muzungu woman doesn't just come because she's Igbo and she becomes queen. I understand there are other Igbo women in Nyabuanse. There is a wife of Chef Matiko, and they have Muzungu babies too. And there's the wife of the lady the lady who just got married, that they went to the wedding last December, I believe, or November, whenever it was that they went to the wedding. All right. I don't know if she has any kids, but there are a lot of little point fives being born there, and a lot of Muzungu women there. Okay, so she's not the only. This Argentinian woman is not the only Muzungu woman. Okay, but IamMarwa feels like he's got the power. He's got the power. Oh, why does he feel like that? Because of a little mansion he's building. Now he's building a mansion for D Mongo. Do these people realize that they have lost the essence of what true value is? They have lost it, and now all they're seeing is money, money, money. The root of all evil. I am sorry for teaching you guys about using Muzungu religion, the same religion that they forced my ancestors into. Now I don't have any of my own religion to tell you about oh, now I have to use a Muzungu religion to tell you that money is the root of all evil. Okay? All right? So it's all about materialism. Material. Then he could say, well, I have my Muzungu love. I have my baby Maisha love. My little sperm in there, Now I'm half Muzungu. That's all material. So Aymar has degenerated. Somebody who was supposed to have reason, analytical skills. I'm talking about, he said he's an actualist. An actualist is the highest form of mathematics, at least here in the States, They used to say statistics is bogus, guys. Statistics is bogus. You just you know what statistics is to me? Twisting numbers so you could get people to do whatever you want. But actuary science is supposed to be the highest form of mathematics, highest reasoning. And this is what it's gotten down to. This is what racism and colorism does to a person's brains. When I was a kid, they used to say something about, they used to have these logos all over telling kids not to be on drugs. And they would show you the brain on drugs. What I saw of IamMarwa the other day was the brain on colorism, the brain on racism. This is what happens. So you now think that because you have an Igbo woman, you could talk to your elders like that, since you and Dimongo are the youngest people in the world. And this is how you talk to the people of Nyabuanse. Guys, we need a meeting of the elders. Please, let's get together and in the comment section, tell me, when can we have a meeting in the elders? Are you one of the elders of Nyabuanse? Because if you are here and if you stayed and watched this whole thing, you are one of the elders of Nyabuanse. So we need a meeting of the elders. Let's meet right here, right now, in the comment section, as I pray for IamMarwa. In Jesus' name, we rebuke that spirit. The spirit in high places. He thinks when he gets high with his Igbo woman, okay, that is going to be, that's his power. Actually, he had the power to unite us here in his YouTube channel way before that Argentinian Igbo woman came along. Okay? But right now, that spirit is degenerating him. It is degenerating the people of Nyabuanse. We need some exorcism. What do you think? Thank you for watching Claudine Etienne Against Colorism. Have a blessed day.